We're going to make a little bit of an update to our betting round method to take a parameter that is pre-flop, so we can use the same betting round information or method for all of the different times when you take a bet. The pre-flop is a little bit different, so we can let it know if it is pre-flop or not. Now that the first round of betting has taken place, everyone is in the game, everyone has their whole cards, we now want to deal the flop cards. So this will be part of the full 5 community cards, first 3 at the flop. So when we run our test, we see that we have 5 nulls that are coming back printing from the deal next community cards method, which is great. We have yet to actually deal any of the community cards, so this is good to go. If the first index is null, we know that this is the flop, and so we are going to deal 3 cards. We'll insert that into index 0, 1, and 2. The next part will be the turn, and so we know that if index 3 is null, then we are in the turn, and we need to make that not null anymore, obviously, and deal the next card. And finally, if the last index of 4 is null, then we know that we are in the river, or we need to deal for the river, and then we will deal the next card and put it for index 4. Now I'll print it out. So now we can see that we've got 10 of spades, 6 of spades, 10 of diamonds as our flop. Now that community cards are being displayed after they are being dealt, we actually want to separate out the printing of the community cards. This means that we can then print them anywhere that we want them in any other methods. So kind of like a 2-string, although it's not really a 2-string because it's not for the whole poker game. This will just be for the community cards themselves. So we're going to go in and add some more information to show that this is the flop, the turn, and the river as the gameplay is going on. And this is where we're going to make the print community cards method and then be able to print whatever cards are available when we get to that point. The final big chunk of this whole project is going to be finding the winner. And this is going to mean we have to determine which player has the winning hand. And there are a series of different hands that have different precedents in the winning ranking. And we're going to have to cycle through it to figure out who is still in the game, and of those people who are still in the game, who has the winning hand. So that final winner will be kind of our wrapper class or wrapper method that will hold all of the logic to cycle through the different winning hands in precedent order, ranking order. The first one will be the royal flush. So we're going to create a method that will take all of the players, cycle through them, and see who has a royal flush. So as we cycle through the player list to determine who has a royal flush, we want to make sure that they're actually in the game. We can make this optimized by not checking those who have already folded. And I am aware that having two people with a royal flush won't be possible. However, we're going to use the same method structure throughout all of the different methods for determining the hands, and so we're going to stick with it for this. And if you did multiple decks, I do believe at that point you could have multiple players with royal flushes. However, that just depends on what kind of setup you have. As I got into this, I'm realizing that we have to have some supporting methods. So one is going to be to get the players' cards, and we want all of them. So their whole cards plus the community cards, since that's all that we're playing with, and that's what's going to make up their hand. Now we can call the get players cards all, and that'll help us to cycle through those cards and figure out what kind of a hand they make. For some, if not all of these different ranked hands, it will be helpful to have the cards in order of value from low to high. And so we're just going to make a method that will take the list of all the cards that a player has and put them in value order. Now that we have the sort to low to high cards, we're just going to add that as part of the get players cards all. So we'll always get returned a list of cards from value low to high. So we're having a few errors in this, and in order for us to work through them, it's going to be easier if we actually give it some dummy data in our main method, rather than just using the randomness of the game for now.